Going to the dentist to have your teeth whitened can be expensive. We're talking hundreds of dollars for professional treatment.
Yeah, so to save money, some people are turning to TikTok hacks. But you know where this is going. Are those methods doing more harm than good?
Yeah, that is the question. Registered dental hygienist Whitney DeFaggio is also known on social media as Teeth Talk Girl. She joins us how to separate fact from fiction. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So let me ask you something. Can anybody whiten their teeth, or are there some people who should really avoid doing that?
Right. So teeth whitening is actually not recommended for anyone who has active gum disease, untreated tooth decay, so cavities that need fillings, hypersensitive teeth. If you have sensitive teeth, whitening is only going to make them more sensitive, and the same thing with gum recession. And if you have any of this, it doesn't mean you can never whiten. It just means you need to treat the dental issue first, and then you can whiten your teeth. I always urge my patients to talk with us, even if they're planning on whitening at home, so we could guide them in the right direction and offer appropriate whitening options for their specific needs.
Okay, so obviously some people are taking things into their own hands. So let's talk about some of these social media trends. Let's talk about charcoal and purple toothpaste. Do they work?
Right. Okay. So first with the purple toothpaste, that one does not work. Unfortunately, there is no clear evidence showing the effectiveness of it. Most of the images circulating on social media are photoshopped. And if you do try it, the purple toothpaste, and see any results on your teeth, the results will immediately go away after you brush with it. Once you close your lips, your saliva washes it away. So I would say purple toothpaste is a waste of time. Now for charcoal toothpaste, most charcoal toothpastes are not safe for daily use due to their they are very abrasive. Their high abrasivity is very damaging to the tooth enamel. So they may make your teeth appear whiter at first. However, they are actually scratching away layers of your tooth enamel. Yes, damaging your teeth in the long run, actually causing them to look more yellow over time.
Oh.
So stay away from charcoal.
And leaving your sink a big mess too, because I tried that. All right, let's talk about turmeric to whiten teeth. Does that work?
So that one's so wild to me. People are brushing with it. They're putting the paste on their toothbrush. However, turmeric is not a teeth whitener. It's a spice, and it's also an ingredient used to dye fabric orange.
Oh.
And according to the American Dental Association, it actually says this on their website. It says there is no reliable scientific evidence to show that spices like turmeric whiten teeth. So I wouldn't go for this one.
Okay, let's talk about this method called oil pulling. What is it, and does it even work?
Sure. So oil pulling is when you swish with coconut oil and you're swishing with it in your mouth as it's turning from solid to liquid. Again, with the limited studies we have on oil pulling, it raises question regarding the efficacy of it, if it works. However, I always tell my patients, if they like it, it's fine to do it. You could swish with the coconut oil, just as long as you're not replacing brushing and flossing with it. And one more thing about the limited studies that we have, they say that in order for it to potentially whiten your teeth, you're supposed to swish with it for 20 minutes, which is a very long time.
That's extremely
20 minutes
long.
to swish. Exactly. So if you have jaw pain or TMJ disorder, I would definitely avoid doing it. You'll really hurt your jaw.
I might have jaw pain after that.
Or if you have something to do. Okay,
Exactly.
What about apple cider vinegar to help whiten teeth?
Okay, yes. For this one, apple cider vinegar, that's very damaging to your tooth enamel again because it's acidic. And acidity is what leads to tooth decay and enamel erosion. I would never recommend anyone switching with apple cider vinegar to whiten your teeth. But if you do drink it for other health benefits, that's fine. Just make sure you rinse your mouth out with water afterwards to help neutralize your mouth and reduce the contact time that the acids from the vinegar are sitting on your teeth.
Okay, so what about some of those over-the-counter methods that we see, like those strips or even those UV trays that some people have?
Yes. Okay. So the best way to whiten teeth, I always tell my patients, is to use the whitening strips, especially containing peroxide, even better if they are ADA approved by the American Dental Association. I'm all about that. Now for the blue light, those UV lights, a lot of the blue lights are not regulated, the ones that are sold in stores. So either they just don't work, or the thing about blue lights, the blue light itself is not whitening your teeth. It only it helps activate the peroxide to whiten your teeth. So sometimes those are scams.
Man, they're just taking our money.
I know, with all these promises and time.
Yes.
Whitney, thanks for joining us this afternoon.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. For more oral care tips, you can always follow Whitney on TikTok and Instagram at Teeth Talk Girl.